Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jason. This week, I'll be doing a film analysis on a documentary. It's called Sumatra'S Last Tiger. This documentary is produced by a Malaysian production house, partnering with a Singapore media company. The director of this documentary is Harun Rahman. The documentary is produced by Lara Arifin. The entire duration of this documentary is only 46 minutes. If you want to watch the documentary, I'll leave the links down below. We'll start off with the plot summary of this documentary. In Indonesia, Sumatra, endangered tigers were attacking on humans due to the loss of their habitat. There were only less than 400 wild Sumatran tigers, making them an endangered species. A small group of people decided to find a solution to resolve the problem of their habitat. This week, I'll be analyzing the documentary based on modes of documentary and rhetorical form. A documentary is a film that records historical moments, education, or purpose of instruction. Documentary uses rhetorical to convince the audience, which I will talk about it later. Documents are usually entirely based on facts and evidence. The genre of this documentary falls under the nature documentary. Nature documentary are documentary films on animals and plants. This kind of documentary focuses on the habitat of the animals and the footage of the captive animals, which this documentary has. Here are a few footage examples of the habitat of the Sumatran tigers. The footage of the tiger cub Petir was also showed on the screen. There are 6 modes of documentary, and observational modes is one of them. Observational modes documentary focuses on the subject without interrupting them. For instance, the team set up cameras in the forest to observe the actions of the tigers. They want to analyze the tiger's behavior. Next, reflexive mode is the relationship between the filmmaker and the audience. The cinematographer will shoot behind the scenes and interviews. In this documentary film, there are a lot of interviews being carried out with the veterinarian and tiger caretaker. In addition, expository modes of documentary is the point of view of an argument. The poachers hunting for endangered species and logging had caused the loss of habitat and making the animals endangered. The documentary showed the audience how the poachers used traps and guns to hunt for animals. One of the rangers was once a poacher himself and he got arrested. He came out from the jail and became a ranger to help save the Sumatra tigers. As for rhetorical forms, the rhetorical forms used in this film is argument from source. Argument from source uses a lot of reliable sources and facts. The argument of this entire film was to release the tiger back to their habitat or to keep them in their cage. A group of animal experts were collecting data on the tigers and they found out that releasing the tigers back to their natural habitat has caused an increase of numbers of tigers in the forest. In the end of the documentary film, the 2 tigers were released back to their natural habitat. To conclude, this documentary uses a few types of mode to tell audience the consequences of poaching endangered animal species and the importance of preserving endangered animal species. That's all from me. See you next week.